and welcome to the Game Collection podcast. And we're in the same room, Jack. We've done it.
I'm going to touch your hair. That feels nice.
I'll allow it. Because we're friends.
That was the only time I've ever touched your hair. I'm probably not going to rush to do it again, but I'm glad that I've done it. For the purpose of the people watching at home.
For the purpose of the people.
I did say I was going to do it.
Yeah.
I touched your hair. It felt good. We're not going to talk about it again. We'll move forward. On we go.
On we go. I'm your marketing boy, Matt, here at TGC, and I am physically joined by our social media guru extraordinaire. He's our resident fashionista. He's the man with the facial hair. He is Mr. Jack Creole.
Hello. It's just wonderful to see you in the flesh.
We're literally. If you can't tell, we're giddy. I'm quite giddy.
I mean, I don't know if it comes through, but we're actually friends. We work together. We get paid for this, but you're my mate, and that's nice. You're touching my shoulder. Didn't have that. Who had that on their bingo card?
I'm also giddy because my infant son woke up 3 times in the night and didn't want to go back to sleep, but
To Max.
To caffeine.
And that, yeah. But yes, collectors, it is wonderful to be here in the same room for the 20th.
The 20th? That's insane.
Yeah, I mean...
The 20th TGC podcast.
Mistakes have been made.
But I mean, all of which is just to say thank you to everyone and anyone who has tuned in to any of the strange blatherings.
Indeed.
We've done.
It's been a ride, but for real, like, we see the same names popping up, commenting, retweeting, just giving us questions. Like, it's insane, really. So yeah, we're very, very grateful that, I mean, this is work, right? This is work, and this was something we were going to try and just see how it went to kind of introduce to the community. And yeah, it's been pretty exceptional. It's
been awesome. So yeah, no, thank you to everyone that's listened, liked, commented, reviewed. If you haven't reviewed, please.
No, we beg.
Please, we beg.
We beg, though.
Please do. It really, really helps us out. It really makes a difference. Before we jump into proceedings, I think we have to acknowledge the fact that you and I are both in outer gear.
Yes.
Because we're in Wales. It is very cold.
What actually happened was we did not in advance warm this room up.
We did not.
We had the opportunity to, but of course, being the social team, we don't think of such commonsensical things. Is that not even a saying? Yeah. Anyway, point is, it's freezing.
It's really cold.
It's really, really cold. This is not a fashion choice. This is genuinely about health and safety. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good fashion choice. Because you got to talk about one fashion choice.
Well, we're going to get to that in a second.
Okay,
in fact, no, it's been a second. I am wearing the belated Christmas present that my good friend Matthew bought me. Zoom in on that cider hat, everybody. I've also posted it to our socials today.
Wonderful.
It's a beautiful little selfie of the two of us.
So the people who are listening rather than watching the video podcast can appreciate it too.
Absolutely. Bottom line, this cider hat is ace. It's probably like top 5 best Christmas presents ever. Well, considering one of them is the SNES.
It's like Metroid.
You're in pretty good company, like, you know. So, yeah, thank you.
Welcome, man.
I bought you nothing.
Your continued friendship is all that I need.
Good, because I bought you nothing.
That and 30 Twitter posts in the next 2 days.
Okay.
Wonderful. Should we get into it? Episode 20.
Yeah.
Episode 20. And thank you so much to everyone who, once again rallied and sent in loads of questions. There are a couple of newsy bits though that I think we're going to get to first, right? And I think, we've got to talk about game.
Indeed.
We've got to talk about game. Before we jump into those topics though, quick disclaimer. All of the thoughts, all of the opinions, all of the things you're about to hear are mine and Jack's thoughts alone and don't necessarily reflect the TGC as an entity. So I just going to get that out of the way. I had to get that out of the way in spoken form because the musical number I've written today is less of a disclaimer and just more of a, not eulogy, but like Requiem.
Oh,
'Cause we're in
topical.
February, yeah.
Topical.
A requiem, I suppose, for game.
Yeah. Okay.
Important to note that game as a digital as a website is still operational.
Yes, and the
Yes, per the news, the
standalone stores. Yeah.
the standalone stores went into administration. Really, genuinely sad to hear that.
Of course, like job losses. Nobody wants to see job losses in this industry.
Absolutely not. And so, we know this from working in this industry for the best part of 2 decades. It's the people on the front lines that feel it. It's the people way higher up who make those decisions.
Yeah.
And we're gutted for those folks impacted. But yes, with that in mind, I've written a little musical number.
Which is my favourite part of every pod.
And I'm going to have to reassume the Scottish accent for this one.
Wow.
Because it is based on a Biffy Clyro song.
Oh, okay. Over to you, Simon Neil.
I was going to go with Machines, but it's too sad.
Is this the second time you've used a Biffy song?
Yeah, possibly. I think I did Mountains before.
Oh, there we go.
But today it's Many of Horror. So let's just dive straight in.
Why not? Have at it.
I used to love you, game, but you're a lie. Now it's all cards and merch. The soul has died. I feel for the store staff who love the games. So much goodwill undone. It's such a shame. It's sad to see a sacrifice to the will of Ashley. There was a time that I remember when the purple store still had a heart, but it betrayed for all it stood for. Frasier's really f***ed up hard.
Bleep.
Yes. There you go.
Look, I think
Pour one out.
I think we need to talk about your vocal range.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's exquisite. You telling me Mark can't sing? You should be on stage. That was in the plan, though, wasn't it? At one point.
At one point.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
I do have a small smattering of audiobooks out. Shameless plug. Right there.
Promote. No, look.
Some of them are a bit sexy though, so listen in a safe space.
I'm gonna look at that later. Some of them are a bit sexy though.
Well, look, fantasy romance is basically where the money is in books.
I mean, I look. Let's get to the disclaimer. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Again, as always, I like to state that I have no prior knowledge to what just happened. It's always different to experience it in person. This is only the second in-person pod we've done.
That's very true. And you've never seen me do karaoke where my alter ego, the Caramel Bear, comes out.
I know. Wow. I do know that Uptown Funk is your karaoke song.
That is one of the Caramel Bear's favourite songs.
One of the it's alter ego like
it's a full on karaoke alter ego.
The Caramel Bear.
I can't describe it. It can
you just did.
It can only be witnessed.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe we'll do that on a future episode. Should we make it? But yeah, the Caramel Bear lives. He's very real. Wonderful. That was beautiful. Yeah.
But yes, the game's gone.
Game's gone, mate.
Game's gone.
Game's gone, mate.
Game's gone.
Yeah.
There's digital presence, obviously, and the sorry excuse for those concession stands in Sports Direct will remain. But
yeah,
really, really sad. Genuinely, no facetiousness, no bull. Like, really, really sad to see it go, and obviously devastated for the folks, for folks losing their jobs. Really, really sad to see. And I think it sort of leads on to a question that we got from shout out Michael Lockerbie over on Facebook. Now Michael always comments on the many threads that Jack posts asking for questions. He's always there, always leaves us a comment on the poddy as well.
Thank you, Michael.
Be more like Michael.
We're like you, Michael.
And he says, with the recent closure of Game, what do you think physical media outlets need to do to remain competitive with the mass adoption of digital delivery and subscription services, right? And this is a question that's really close to our hearts because,
Of course.
even if you don't have a high street presence, like, times are tough
Absolutely.
and they're getting tougher.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of key elements, I think, there. One, pre-owned. I think ultimately CEX.
Say it louder for the people at the top.
Or people next door. Look, we're asked regularly about pre-owned, right? And have been for years.
Yeah.
And it was something that was initially in the plan, something that was talked about and seemed to be advancing. We were obviously quite sad then that didn't really materialize. You see, there's only one company on the high street that now does that and does it incredibly well in CEX. They have zero competition. It would make perfect sense to have pre-owned, and I think it's one of the key elements. I think for a physical store to be able to survive in this day and age.
I will say, I think pre-owned is easier. It's easier to do if you have bricks and mortar stores.
Yeah, of course.
Which is another thing that people often ask us about, right? Like, will we ever make a physical TGC? I think actually a lot of us would love to see that as well, but that's sort of, again, it's risky. You invite overheads.
Of course.
It's a tricky thing. It would have to be done really, really, really carefully.
Again, in this day and age, it's something that was talked about a while back, and I say a while back, like a number of years ago, right? It was in conversation. One of many things. Obviously, nothing is off the table here at the Game Collection. There's plenty of topics discussed and how we can best move forward and grow as a business. Unfortunately, I do wonder how feasible it is in 2026 for a physical store to not just survive but to thrive. Because ultimately it would need to thrive. It couldn't just be there to make up the numbers or to kind of brand awareness. It's, unfortunately, we think we're big, but we ain't that big.
And we're up against department stores.
Yes, exactly.
Like full on department stores.
Days,
right.
So and that leans in, of course, then to the idea that some people say, oh, we used to be the cheapest all of the time. It's like, unfortunately, our competitors, due to the shrinking industry, as we're talking about, the likes of Game dipping in and dipping out. Unfortunately, our competitors are now the likes of Amazon, Smiths, Currys, Argos, all of which sell products with higher margins outside of video games, meaning that they can make losses on video games and make it an appealing offer. Here at the Game Collection,
we don't have that luxury.
We sell video games.
Yes.
And as much as we've always prided ourselves on being as competitive as we possibly can be, it's something that we've always tried to maintain. Like, not to steal the whole Razer tagline, but we are gamers. Like, by gamers for gamers, right? It's so we understand the struggles, the financial struggles of AAA titles coming out and how expensive things can be to kind of take part in everything you want to play. We try to be as competitive as possible and run as many offers as we can to ensure that we get as many games as we can into your hands. But times are changing, the market is changing, the landscape is changing, and on occasion now we can still be the cheapest, but sadly it's not as often as it used to be.
I think as well, like, we often talk about game prices. They haven't increased in the same way that loads of other products in the market have, from food to petrol, right? Have increased in the same way since like the 90s. And you look at comparative pricing, and they really haven't gone up that much, but the value of those numbers has decreased, right? Like because of inflation. So people are spending the same amount, perhaps. More people are buying games than they were back then, but the price of games hasn't gone up that much.
No, it hasn't.
And so your margins have gone way, way, way down since the heyday of Game and rest Game Station.
I loved my
Game Station.
I loved my Game Station as a kid. Yeah.
And like the heyday of physical media and physical stores. So yeah, it is tough. But like to bring a more positive angle to it though, like, and Michael was asking what can stores do? I think we try and pride ourselves, and Jack's been an enormous part of this for over a decade, right? Community.
Absolutely.
So fostering that connection with the community. We hope you guys feel the same, and it's exactly like what you said there. We're run by gamers, for gamers. We love this stuff, and we're bringing it to a market to, help other folks who love this too, right? Like, we live and breathe, eat and sleep video games and physical media and a love for that and a love for preservation and a love for all these things that we've enjoyed for years and years and years. So
Absolutely.
I think that focus on being present, doing this, right? Putting faces to a brand.
Yeah.
Being able to speak with you guys and
on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
And this is the thing. Like, it's, as you've mentioned, community. I speak to so many people on a daily basis across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I see the same names popping up. Of course, we grow all the time, and new faces come in, but it's wonderful to see the same people not just engaging, but also like taking every opportunity to big us up.
Yeah.
It was actually a really it was a really, really great moment earlier this week. As sad as it was, obviously, with the announcement of Game, the amount of people that were jumping on the posts, obviously multiple news outlets were posting about the administration and so on. The amount of you guys that were chipping in saying, like, shop at the Game Collection, like the Game Collection done this best for years. It's pretty incredible, because I said, you expect maybe one or two, but we've had just an outpouring of love from the community, telling people who might not know who we are that the Game Collection in the UK is the best place to buy online for physical media. So that's epic. It really is.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to be able to, we're going to continue to try and deliver on that for as long as we possibly can. Yeah, like, even as things start to squeeze, and I think, a commitment to that is one of the things that sets us apart. And I want to give we did it, we've done it in previous weeks as well, but I want to just give a massive shout out to Beck, Lauren, Cam over in our CS department as well. They just do phenomenal work, and there's such a massive reason, unsung heroes so often in many companies, right? Your customer support team, but they do a hell of a job dealing in sometimes really difficult circumstances. And we see it, and we always try to feed it back as well when people are just like, great customer support, the CS team is awesome, I spoke to so-and-so and they were phenomenal. So yeah, Beck, Lauren and Cam, shout out to you guys, you do a phenomenal job.
On the front line.
We
appreciate you guys.
But yeah, I think community, trying to be human about it.
Yeah.
As well.
And transparency.
As well. Yeah, we don't shy away from when things go awry, and we try and explain ourselves, what happened, circumstances, why decisions are made, and
communication, as you say.
It's just absolutely key.
We had a query yesterday, funny enough. Well, I say a query. It was suggested that basically that we make between £15 and £20 per unit on video games.
I would love that.
Which was obviously a preconceived impression of how things work, which is completely, as I said, that's what we're here for. To be
my marketing budget would be like, I'd be like,
make it rain,
gifting for everyone, vouchers all the time.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's opportunities like this, I guess, to educate around the fact that, like, a £70 game, we might make less than £3 on.
Yeah.
On like, it sounds like it's a lot of money being made, but this customer's understanding was that we made £15 to £20 per unit. If that was our margin, this would be a diamond palace.
Oh, wonderful!
It wouldn't be cold in here.
But that might have been the case back in the 90s, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, when you still, you flick through an old Argos or an Index catalogue and you've got games that are 60 quid in there.
Yeah.
And like, the margin there may well have been 20 quid because actually, production and delivery costs would have been demonstrably cheaper. It's not the case now.
No.
So, what it does mean is make the most of the reward scheme, make the most of £10 rewards. Neo 3's in there, Code Vein 2's in there,
Selling Games,
My Hero Academia's in there, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined's in there. Seriously, if you bought all of those, you'd have £40 of extra reward points. Just saying, Giles Darren, we're doing it. We're selling games.
And that was in no way rehearsed.
It's damn good. But seriously, reward points are the best. And
they are. What do points make? Prizes.
Points make prizes. But yeah, I think, and it was sad. It's been sad to see that disappear from the likes of Game, right? Their loyalty scheme.
Yeah.
I know you've got Frasier's nonsense, but like, Game reward points were awesome back in the day. So yeah, just really sad, really sad. But yeah, comment, tell us, do you have a favourite game memory maybe. I
Yeah.
mean, all of mine are generally sort of bound up with game stations.
Same.
To be fair. Or just like running between all three of them and doing like physical price comparisons.
When you were younger, of course.
When I was younger and was built for speed.
And more nimble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm built for comfort.
Yeah, you are built for
Comfort and pies.
You caramel bear.
that's only at night after 3 beers. And
I see.
In like Lucky Voice.
Okay.
But yes, yeah. Again, sympathies to those folks who are losing their jobs.
Absolutely.
No sympathy to the gremlins on high who have criminally destroyed an awesome gaming brand. To be honest,
Another physical media outlet bites the dust, right?
But yeah, pour one out for game. On to some happier news.
Yes.
On to some happier news, because all hail the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch, they did it. The holiday figures are in. The Nintendo Switch is now Nintendo's best-selling console of all time, beating the DS. And you know what fantastic consoles those two are. I figure we just mark it like favourite Switch game.
Favourite Switch game? Look, I it's a cop-out for me to say Mario 3D World because it's a Wii U game.
Also, yeah, I think you mentioned it. I think, yeah.
It's a
I'm
cop.
just going to check my bingo card.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's a...
You got there before
Halo?
I reached.
Halo?
I didn't mention it.
I'm amazed you didn't try and say Halo for Switch.
I didn't mention it.
And
These
it's
days,
also-
Microsoft might put it on the Switch. Like, Jesus.
Well, and it's also a call for me to say Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker because that is also a Wii U game, both of which I adore. But if I was to pick, I think a Switch game, it's probably Mario Odyssey or the Metroid Prime remaster was a
That was amazing.
bit of a work of art, right? So yeah, I mean it's basic. I think look, it's not exclusive to Switch, but I loved Celeste. I've never died so much in a video game in all my life and probably never will again. But yeah, that was, just like rabid in terms of deaths, but I loved it. Like Celeste was fire.
It's a great game.
Yeah. So
And I don't think it's a cop-out either to say, like, oh, the best game on a Nintendo console is the Mario game. Because Odyssey's pure joy.
it is.
And it does new things, and it takes it in new directions, and it's
so many moons though.
and it's really cool. It's really, really, really good. Odyssey was also on my list. I think though Fire Emblem Three Houses, I've sunk 130 hours into that game.
Time well spent.
It's so good. It's so good. And yeah, 3 different factions, loads of replayability. It's my favourite Fire Emblem game since Awakening on the 3DS. So like, yeah, just an absolutely barnstorming game there. Bayonetta 3 up there for me as well.
Strong.
I love that series. The combat in it is just absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, and actually, I really enjoyed the Link's Awakening remake,
Beautiful
which
game.
I absolutely loved. I know there'll be some people that are shouting at us going, you're not mentioning either of the Zeldas?
I'm not a Zelda fan.
I am a Zelda fan, but
I'm just not a Zelda fan.
I struggle. I need to go back to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I need to try and find some time.
I will say, like I
But-
said, Breath of the Wild. I know I said it on previous pods, but that opening sequence of Breath of the Wild when he leaves and comes out and you just see like Hyrule just like plateauing in front of you,
Yeah.
like gorgeous, like absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous.
the art direction is phenomenal.
And I loved and to be fair, I'm as somebody whose favorite Zelda game is Link Between Worlds because I'm really not that much of a Zelda fan.
I mean, that's a cracking game.
I mean, I love Link Between Worlds. I will say that what I played of Breath of the Wild, I really enjoyed. I did 3 of the 4 Divine Beasts. I didn't just play like an hour. I got stuck in, and I loved the exploration. It's a gorgeous game. For me, Tears of the Kingdom had zero appeal, like whatsoever, and I haven't played it. So, and I just didn't see any kind of appeal. It just looked like DLC to me. And as I never finished Breath of the Wild, no disrespect. It's Nintendo. It's Link. It's fire. It's just not for me.
Do you know what Tears of the Kingdom looked like to me? I've also sunk 30 odd hours into Breath of the Wild, and it just didn't grab me quite as much as like Ocarina or Majora's Mask or Twilight Princess or even actually Skyward Sword, to be honest. But like I looked at Tears of the Kingdom and went, is this Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, bold call.
And because they emphasize like the crafting and the vehicle stuff, and I was just like,
That just put me off straight away.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Which might be a bit sad.
Although I will say some of the videos I've seen of people being very creative with their.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But it's in the same way that like that's not how I play Zelda.
No, exactly, yeah.
And I appreciate the creativity of folks that are able to sort of like play with those systems and do that sort of thing. But I'm like, that's not why I play Zelda. But all power to folks that love those games. Brilliant games by all accounts. I wanted to love it more than I actually did.
Yeah.
Favorite DS game?
Chinatown Wars.
That's a top shout.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to be really basic and be like, well, Tetris DS, because who doesn't love Tetris on every single platform? Like Tetris is Tetris.
Tetris is goated.
It's needlessly stressful for a couple of blocks falling from the sky, but who doesn't love that? So yeah, very basic for me, but probably Chinatown Wars or Tetris DS.
Shout out Brain Training for getting my mum to play a game.
Yeah, that's a great shout, actually. You know,
it was a pack-in. It was everywhere. You can pick it up for like £2 pre-owned these days because it really was everywhere.
That broke down walls, man. Yeah, that's a great shout.
Like in the same way that like Wii Sports did it later on.
Yeah.
Brain Training. Everyone was doing Brain Training.
Yeah.
And then like it just tells you what your brain age is, and you're just like, oh no.
Yeah, well, that part not so much, but that is an iconic shout, as you say. For getting people that just didn't even play video games to play video games.
Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. The Poke Walker was just complete nonsense tech, but I loved it. Like Tamagotchi.
You like complete nonsense
I love
tech.
it. A Tamagotchi crossed with like a pedometer.
There we go.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, look how happy you are.
It got me doing exercise, man. In a way that Pokemon Go did initially, but like I didn't maintain it.
The hype died.
Yeah. Anyway, I've actually my bag is all the way over there.
Oh no, what have you done? I'll get it.
So I've actually brought my favourite DS game in today. And it's the only DS game It's the only DS game I still actually own. And it's this little game. It's called Infinite Space. It's by Platinum Games. Anyone who's listened to previous episodes where I've gushed about Bayonetta and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and all, I love Platinum Games. And this is not a super slick, super fast action combat heavy thing. This is like a strategy RPG space opera. It's awesome. It's very against type for Platinum, but yeah, Infinite Space. My favourite, it's just an epic sci-fi adventure across the universe, like ship-based strategy, tactical combat. I love it.
See, you lost me with RPG,
I love it.
And then you got me back with space opera.
Space opera.
I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'm in.
It's wonderful. It's just wonderful. So yeah.
Okay, space opera.
Let's get into some community questions because we had a bunch. Thank you to everyone that sent them in. And yeah, we're riffing a little bit on some of the news from the previous weeks. Because Malcolm over on Facebook, I think he asked this actually last week in line with the Ubisoft stuff, was like, what are your thoughts on games getting revealed too early, like Elder Scrolls 6, or games getting revealed and then cancelled after years of radio silence?
It's mixed, right? It's mixed. One, by now I should also have announced I have a cold. Can you tell?
We're both quite
particularly very well at the moment. So
apologies.
I apologise for all of the sniffles that you may be receiving in your headphones or and so on.
Snot in the ears.
Wow, snot in the ears.
Yeah.
What a horrific thought. It's mixed. For me, as somebody that works in social media, when you get something as simple at the end of a broadcast, which is such and such is in development, it doesn't even have to be a trailer or anything. It can just be like Silent Hill remake, right? At the end of the Konami presentation a while ago, it was just at the end, it was like Silent Hill remake in development.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, fire. You saw nothing else. I love that. But at the same time, it's like, then not so much with this title, but in another case, you could not see anything on that game for 2 or 3 years afterwards. So from a talking point, from a social media hype driving perspective, it's awesome. It gets the community talking. It gets us being able to engage with you guys. From a personal perspective, you do also run the risk of burnout, right? Or people just kind of overhyping, and then you get nothing for. And do you then miss that window of opportunity? All of these things are normally done strategically, right? It's not a case of somebody just revealing a game and then hiding it for 2 or 3 years. Like, normally there's a marketing plan in place, there's a plan of attack. If that doesn't materialize or something doesn't kind of pop up on time throughout that's not planned. Normally that's because something is delayed or hasn't worked out, or so it's a mixed one for me.
And development can be a messy process, right? Like, I think Metroid Prime 4 is a really good example.
Yeah.
Game that gets announced super early.
Yeah. And
then you got this twisty turny development process. It gets mired in development hell.
Development hell.
And by the time it comes out, I think this is the danger, right? Like, because when you're first telling people about a game, whether that's through a trailer or a preview or whatever it might be, if you then have a really long, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years before that game comes out, gaming's moved on.
Absolutely.
Right? And the expectations over that time have just been going up and 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 up.
I saw numerous like people online saying that they were unhappy with how Metroid Prime 4 looked. But it's like, it was never going to look any different to that. Like, I didn't have these like inflated expectations because the time had moved on from between announcement to release. It was always going to look like a Metroid Prime game, right? And personally, look, I am a staunch defender of all things Samus, but I'm 3/4 of the way through Metroid Prime 4, and I've had a great time, man. Like, I really have. Like, I love Metroid, but yeah, I'm loving it. Look, it's not the best Metroid game ever. It's not, and obviously, and I don't even include Super Metroid in that because that is the best Metroid game ever. I mean, it's not the best Prime, it's not, but
that's Optimus.
It's just strong. It's a 7.58 out of 10 game all day for me personally, and I think if you're even a casual Metroid enjoyer, then you should play Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, agreed. I think stuff like Elder Scrolls 6 is a bit ridiculous, right? Because like it just gets dropped and then nothing for the best part of a decade.
Yeah,
which is Starfield came out in that time. It's like, what was the point, really?
Clearly, like you say, just going back to what I said previously, it's that wasn't the plan, right? that definitely wasn't the plan.
Yeah.
It wasn't the plan to drop that and then leave it like however many years with radio silence. Like something has changed, something has gone wrong.
I do wonder if the reception to Starfield, which had good reviews, but the use of procedural generation within that got heavily criticised. I do wonder if some of the reception around Starfield made them rethink a bunch of stuff when it came to Elder Scrolls 6. Who knows? But yeah, I do find it frustrating. Like I like a tight campaign, and I say that having worked marketing, publisher side as well. Like, it's good to have a campaign that like runs less than a year. Is lovely because you get to fully control the hype train and I think really get people excited, but also give people reasons to believe, and you're not going quiet for too long.
No,
and so you're just feeding the beast.
Key beats, right? Like hit those key beats and keep people engaged, drive the hype. I mean, the best part of a decade between announce and then nothing. That is not a key beat.
I also love a shadow drop, by the way, or like you have the big thing at a show and it's available right now. It's always just like, enjoy that. I do enjoy.
I mean, when the Oblivion remastered, when that whole trailer came out and then it was like, and it's available like tonight at midnight. I mean,
that was excellent.
You guys went wild for that, which is sick. Sadly, the physical version is not on disc. Oh well.
Moving swiftly on.
Down with this sort of thing.
With this sort of
Careful
thing.
now.
MJ Hustle has asked, when you get the option to create your own character on a game, do you make it look like yourself, or do you go? Actually, sorry, no. This question came in from Luke Scanlon over on Facebook. When you get the option to create your own character, do you make it look like yourself, or do you go completely different? And then MJ Hustle has asked, which game has the best character creator? But yeah, when you're creating a character, is it Jack? Is it someone completely different?
I will say,
Do you give yourself an incredible, like I did for you the other week, an incredible pair?
I do not. You did that for me. I do not. I'll be honest with you.
You wore them well.
If you haven't seen the image over on Facebook from last week's pod,
Yeah.
it's worth a look. I get very overwhelmed in this section of any game.
Yes. Yes.
It's no secret. I do not like these kinds of games. I don't want to build a character. I don't want an input on their body mass index or anything else. Like, I don't. In truth, I don't give a damn.
You didn't spend hours poring over the dong slider in Cyberpunk.
See, no, I did not. Do you know why?
Which is bizarre because it's a first-person game.
Bit of an odd feature. I have, like, when I say I get so overwhelmed in this section, I'm like, I'll just, like, yeah, swivel that across, boom, boom, boom. Oh, look, mullet, yeah, cool, that'll do. Yeah, brilliant, cool. And boom, I want to be in the game. I need a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've tried to play a game, whether it's for work purposes or whether it's not for enjoyment or like personal kind of personal enjoyment. I can't tell you how these sections sometimes tire me out so much that I can only play like 5 minutes of the game. I hate this. I turn it off. So, like, I need the dopamine.
Yeah.
I'm not a slow burner.
Get into the meat of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me shoot something. Let me jump on something. Let me hit some blocks with my head or something. I don't want to be building no characters.
Fair.
I don't. But so I think you better take the second part of that question, which is the game with the best character creation tool.
Well, to be fair, I don't really know. Like, most RPGs have fairly robust character creation suites. I do quite like to create a variation of myself.
Caramel Bear.
But that is often a challenge. I've got quite voluminous hair, and what I will say is, representation in character creation isn't always great. It's not brilliant. And I always hated the fact that in FIFA they locked the afro behind, it's like level 70 or something. Like, you have to
Scandalous.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's behind a freaking in-game currency paywall, which I hate. Especially on a game like that where you've got pro and you've got clubs, and you can go online and you can play as an avatar and you can be one of 11 and you can, you're living out your virtual life as a superstar player, and you want to create yourself, and you're told, no, you can't. You can't. You've got to spend 40 more hours in the game, accrue a bunch of in-game currency, and then maybe we'll let you be yourself. Get in the bin.
Get in the sea.
Get in the sea.
In the sea.
So I sometimes have a problem with character creation suites, and I get that some games don't have the might hide behind budgetary reasons, whatever. EA is not one of those companies. FIFA's your biggest cash cow. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So
unlock the afro, man.
Down with that sort of thing. Yeah. So I don't really know which game has the best. But what I will say is, in a previous job life, I was working in a similar role for an online retailer, digital key retailer, and we got invited down. This is before I worked at 2K. We got invited down to cover an XCOM 2 event.
Okay.
And I was interviewing the producer, Garth DeAngelis, at the time. And I brought this up because, like, XCOM, Enemy Unknown had a great character creator, but I was like, I want to be able to create myself, okay? Because obviously, when I like to create a team of people I know and then send them to their deaths, it makes the Iron Man mode in XCOM that much more meaningful when, like, you've sent your misses behind enemy lines, like, and it makes the decision making, I feel, that much more kind of, like, quite hard hitting. She was not happy when she found out that she died in, like, level 5, and I was just like,
rest in peace.
Yes, sorry, Ali.
Rest in pieces.
But anyway, I asked him, am I going to be able to create myself in XCOM 2? And a week after we'd done the event and I'd interviewed him, I get an email into my inbox and the dev team had sent me in the character creator
Oh man,
a picture of like going, yes.
incredible.
So that it's not the best. It's not because I think Perlibis, the guys behind Crimson Desert and Black Desert Online, they went viral years. I think for Black Desert Online's character creator, the hair was ridiculous, but like, so technically maybe it's someone like a Perlibis who's got like the best character creation suite, but. For me, XCOM 2 will always have a place in my heart.
What a moment.
For that reason.
Yeah. Why have you never shown me that photo? Have you still got that?
It's somewhere deep in like the archives of Twitter.
Go dig in.
I will dig it out.
We will dig.
But yeah,
I want to see that.
That was awesome.
That's fire.
Thank you for access, and thank you, Garth. Absolute legends.
Very cool.
What
we got next? What we got?
Michael came in with a second question.
My guy.
And I've given him two because this one I don't think we've ever actually covered on the podcast before. So he said, not sure if this has been asked before. I'm pretty sure it hasn't. But what are your thoughts on trophies/achievements in games? I really like getting a platinum, but I don't feel that there's always a lot of care or thought that goes into the lists. Things like needing to collect everything in sight is fine, but why gate off certain areas and make things missable if this is the case, for example? As I've gotten older and have less time to game, I'm more precious about where I spend my time and money, and feel trophies can sometimes influence that. I hear that point.
Yeah, I mean, look, I personally, I don't do it with every game, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's got to be a game that I like. Some games just hit you in a place, and you're like, what? I am so heavily invested in you. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
And then the trophy hunt becomes, and I will say, I do also, even in games like that, I do also have a scan of the achievements and see how feasible it is. Because there's certain achievements which just really rub me up the wrong way. Like, complete the game a second time. Like, complete the game, like refinish story mode or whatever. And it's like, I'm looking at you, Miles Morales. I still did it. But like, it was a slog. Like, I didn't enjoy it. And I loved Miles Morales. I thought it was a great game. But that second playthrough was a bit frustrating just to get the platinum.
That's especially interesting in a game that it doesn't change.
No.
Like, it's not like a branching narrative.
No. No. Swing around.
Strange.
Yeah. But look, for me personally, with games that I do absolutely adore, I find the whole trophy hunting, providing that the achievements are not completely and utterly insane, a great experience. God of War and God of War Ragnarok, I got the plat on both of those.
Nice.
Just logged serious hours, but God of War 2018 was far superior. I still absolutely adored Ragnarok. Just a wonderful thing for me personally to kind of play through and to tick all those off. Like, I had an absolutely fire time. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, got the plat, and I'm like a few priorite shards away from getting the plat on Jedi Survivor, but I then realised life was too short. Like, I could not go back to those planets and be looking around. Like, so, but for the most part, things were done. And
do you ever employ guides?
No. Oh, to be fair, that's a lie. On rare occasion, if something is deeply bothering me and I physically cannot find it or cannot, then I will. I hold my hands up.
I don't think there's any shame in that, by the way. Like, at all. Like, I think good guide writing is awesome. I used to have Prima strategy guides back in the day for like, they're just wonderful.
But I do like to try to accomplish first with that, and then I find myself battling with myself. Like, don't look. You're gonna find it. You're gonna look. Just look. This is this is getting ridiculous now. So yeah, I will always try first. But if something is like really bothering me, as Michael alluded to, like gaming time is precious these days.
Oh, 100%.
I'm able to manage perhaps maybe like an hour or so per evening, if that sometimes. Yep. So. Again, a platinum hunt has to be something that deeply just like grabs me and pulls me in. But I'm not against trophy hunting whatsoever. I enjoy it.
I respect when
the occasion calls for it.
Like, I am not good enough at games anymore.
But it is not something on the flip side. I don't agree with people that I'm tapping the table. I'm sorry, microphone. I'm sorry. I don't agree with people that don't like other people that trophy hunt. Like, it's like, games are for enjoyment. Absolutely they are. And do you know what? That person might enjoy hunting for trophies.
Yeah.
Good for them. Do you know what? You know, if you want to play a game on easy mode and enjoy the story and get it done in the shortest amount of time and move on to the next, good for you, if that's what you enjoy. If you want to play it on extra hard and you want to put yourself in an early grave, good for you. If that's what you enjoy. It's about enjoyment. Like, there's so much policing online about, like get good, or like, it's just enjoy video games, man.
Yeah.
There.
Couldn't agree more.
There.
If you've got love for games, we've got love for you.
There it is.
There's no right way to play a game.
Absolutely.
Unless you're not enjoying it.
Then turn it off. Play something else.
But like, I'm not a trophy hunter at all. I don't even know if I've ever actually platinumed a game. I must have platinumed Astro's Playroom.
Yes, it was. Now talk about an enjoyable platform.
That's but like, but I don't seek it out. I always used to enjoy it's the sound of the Xbox achievements, because I was a 360 gamer. Like, I got the PS3 very late in that console cycle because the 360 just was king during that era. And the achievement pop was always really, really nice and satisfying. But there were always so many things that I wanted to play that I think my time was always geared more around trying to experience as many things as I possibly could. And what I will say is that that's a privilege, right?
Of course.
And I say that obviously there are things in place now that lower that barrier to entry, things like Game Pass and PS Plus and so on. But it's a privilege to be able to play a new game a month, for example, right? So, absolutely, like, no shade, the opposite even, on anyone that chooses to get the absolute most bang for their buck out of a video game and uses achievements and trophies to do that. I think that's that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I do think Michael's right. I do think there's a spectrum of inventiveness. Like, there are some trophies and achievements that encourage you to really, really do that, and there are some that are just, looking at you, Ubisoft, just bung a bunch of feathers in a level. Why? What bearing does this have on anything? Nothing. Just content swap. But sometimes they're there to make you try new things in a game, explore the systems within it, or do something maybe you didn't think of before. I think thoughtful implementation can be a wonderful thing. But beyond that, just allowing folks to replay a game or sink more hours in after the credits have rolled on the story, that's not a bad thing at all, even if it's not necessarily something that I engage with.
Personally enjoy. Exactly. Yeah. Spot on.
Play the way you want to play, man. But thank you very much, Michael. 2 cracking questions there. Let's get into some more. We've still got loads to get through. Jonathan Atkins over on Facebook has asked, with the rise of modern retro games such as Hunt Down and Terminator 2, which 16-bit games could use with a remaster using more modern mechanics, but preserving the aesthetic?
So I've gone with Super Star Wars, which as a kid playing those games, absolutely solid.
That's
like,
such a
those games
banging
are so hard, but like like that Empire and Jedi, like amazing games. Just bloody solid, man. But I would love to play them again now, and maybe make them maybe a tiny bit easier for me, please.
Yeah.
But also just maintaining that charm. Like, there was as a kid that loved Star Wars, to play those games as a young lad was amazing. But they were so hard that I really couldn't get very far.
Yeah.
So, I'd love to play them again. I'd love there to be, some little tweaks here and there, but reserve that charm and give us those again. That would be ace.
I love that. I love what Square's done with their HD 2D remakes. Yeah. I think, they explore that. Like, I want to see that for Square's back catalogue, because there are some absolute gems in there. What I'd really love to see, though, is to be fair, I'd like to see a full-on Final Fantasy VII remake of Chrono Trigger. But I'd settle. I wouldn't settle, but I'd also appreciate.
I wouldn't
settle, but I'd appreciate. I'd appreciate an HD 2D version as well, right? I think there are a bunch of those sort of classic kind of pixel-based RPGs that you could do a wonderful job on. Shout out Earthbound as well. Nintendo, just give us nice things, please.
My man loves Chrono Trigger. That's whenever there was always a case of like saying like name your top 5 favorite games. We did it before, right? With each person.
It's one of the greatest stories ever told.
Chrono Trigger, you always sing its praises.
It's one of the greatest stories ever told in a video game. It's phenomenal. But yeah, Earthbound. Free the Earthbound series, please, Nintendo.
Free it.
Like, make that happen. But yes, thank you very much, Jonathan. Shout out though, shout out something like Streets of Rage 4, which like just upgraded that series in a way that's just like it's modern, but I get the same feeling playing it that I did when I was playing Streets of Rage 2 back on the Mega Drive.
That's cool.
It doesn't preserve the retro aesthetics. Like it's really, really, really nice modern aesthetic art style. But like the feeling and the gameplay, like you don't need to learn anything new. You're jumping back in and it's just like, oh yeah, this is this but modern. This is great.
As somebody with little to no experience of Streets of Rage, I will take your word for it.
Streets of Rage is good, man. Liam Simcox has asked this. I love this because I own the Game Boy. I still need to build it. But if Lego announced 3 new retro console sets tomorrow, which 3 would you personally vote for and why?
SNES, because it's the greatest console. Well, it was my first video game console.
But so SNES is also on my list. But caveat: the European,
of course,
never the American version. That ugly as
that thing be ugly.
That thing be super ugly.
Yeah, that thing looks like it was built in Lego. Built in Lego, doesn't it? Like it's absolutely not.
That hit all of the branches on the ugly tree.
European SNES for
SNES.
sure. It's a beautiful thing, and can you imagine even just the little colours? I want that so bad. I'm gonna say Dreamcast. Because Dreamcast holds a special place in my heart, even though it would essentially just be like white bricks. Like, still, I want to build that. I want to build my Dreamcast.
The memory unit.
Oh, dude.
And the controller as well.
Like, and like, I'm so down for that. Like,
that'd be amazing.
Give me a Dreamcast in Lego form. And also, I actually think this one would be best of all and would be such a cool thing to build. The GameCube. Like, the GameCube in Lego form. Like, that's just crying out to be made.
Yep.
And I want it to pop, my little pop at the top, the little,
Yeah, I mean, the GameCube was number 1 on my list. Anyone that has seen any of our sort of TikTok videos will have seen the shelves behind me with GameCube games.
You've got 1 or 2.
Yeah. I love that console so much. And it's perfect for Lego. It's perfect.
It is,
like,
right?
Doesn't really need too many unique pieces or shape because it's just a cube.
Even do it in different colours as well.
Give us the Wavebird as well. Give us the Wavebird as well. That would be amazing.
Goated controller.
Just the best. But yes, I think I went
on that hill.
Like Dreamcast is such a great shout. Yeah, I had European SNES, GameCube on my list as well. And then I had PS1 because I think similar reason, mostly grey bricks.
You good?
Got there.
You okay?
Yeah. But I think that would just like seeing like the anniversary editions always look so sick when Sony bring those out. I'd love a PS1.
That'd be fire.
I think that'd be amazing.
Be great for the shelf.
But yeah, I think the key thing on all of them, well, on the GameCube and all of them would be I want that lid.
Yeah, I want that thing to pop.
I want that sprung lid, please.
Yeah, please.
It's necessary. That would be so good.
It's not a phase.
It'd be so good.
It's not a phase, Mom.
And I want a Game Boy Advance as well. Just I'm greedy.
Love my Game Boy Advance. What colour did you have?
Purple.
I had the purple see-through.
Goated, man. Love that.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
That's incredible.
Rest in peace, wherever you are.
I'd love to see a Panasonic Q. Just riffing on it, but just generally, I'd quite like one in my life.
What's that going for on eBay right now?
Several grand in kind of good condition.
That's not bad. I thought it'd be a lot.
But yeah, thank you very much, Liam, for that question. A couple more. So some really good ones to finish. So Farty McSprout
Best username ever.
has said, if you guys were looking to embellish your CV, what now defunct game developer would you pretend you'd worked for, knowing there's no way your new employer could find out it's a lie? So, like, they wouldn't be able to look it up online and check.
Okay.
Bonus, what role would you say you performed there?
Okay. So I've gone for Visceral Games.
Okay.
Because Dead Space. And seeing as there's absolutely no way that they can check up on this role, I am Glenn Schofield. I am Glenn Schofield. I don't care if you look at me and you think that's not Glenn Schofield, but they can't check.
It is now.
They can't check. They've got no way of checking, because that's the question.
That's the question.
So really, I am Glenn Schofield, and I made Dead Space.
What a game.
Thank you. I'm really proud.
We're here today.
And
with Big Glenn.
And I'm also really proud of the Callisto Protocol, which gets a lot of hate, striking distance. Also some of my best work. I thought it was fantastic. And if I'd been given more time, that game would have been a trilogy. But hey, I haven't taken it personally. But I am Glenn Schofield.
That's a great shout.
Thank you.
That's a great shout.
What about you?
What did I write here? So I figured, like, I'd love to have been... BioWare's not defunct, but it's sort of might as well be. Like, it's a very different BioWare now than we had back in the 90s and noughties. I would love to have been in the narrative team working on Knights of the Old Republic or Mass Effect, or even before that, back when they were working with the Infinity Engine and just making banging CRPGs. Baldur's Gate 2. Just, yeah, that'd been great. So yeah, narrative designer for like old school BioWare or Black Isle.
Nice.
To be honest, who then obviously sort of a load of those then the studio kind of reformed into Obsidian. So yeah, that would be good. Or I'd love to have been like the FMV cutscene director at Westwood Studios for Command and Conquer.
Oh.
Because just like heyday, just working with Tim Curry. Being like putting on like Russian accent and just being,
you would thrive in that role.
That'd be so much fun.
You would thrive.
Just amazing, awesome talent doing.
You need to be a voice actor. Like you are wasted in this.
Just crazy things. That would have been an amazing opportunity to work with Tim Curry, or an FMV director working with Mark Hamill on Wing Commander, because like, I'm working with like my literal idol.
I mean, yeah. Seeing as there's no limits to this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a CV, bro.
Yeah. Or just maybe just be Mark Hamill.
I am Glenn
You're Glenn
Schofield.
Schofield.
I am Glenn Schofield.
There are no.
You will never prove it. Nobody can check. Nobody can check.
Nobody can check.
Dude.
Love that.
It's amazing.
Wonderful question, Farty.
Yeah, loved it.
Wonderful question and wonderful name.
Farty McSprout, I salute you.
Our last one comes in from another legend, another regular, who's always popping up on Twitter with a cheeky comment or a wonderful question. Shout out Vinla for this inventive slice of questioning. World War III has just happened. The world is a smouldering, nuclear fallout-ridden ruin. Which game character do you want to team up with to survive the apocalypse, and why? I would choose Jill from Resident Evil 3 because we're married.
That's nice.
That's lovely.
Wonder how life is.
Congratulations.
Wonder how life is.
Where were our invites?
It's shocking, really, Vinla.
Outrageous.
I mean, look, Mr. Predictable here. Like, it's Leon Kennedy. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, Leon Kennedy.
House.
Leon Kennedy mentioned. House. You're going to say Master Chief, aren't
No.
Liar. Or, again, she's already been mentioned, but as somebody that is a staunch defender of all things Samus Aran, Samus.
The fair.
Because she just can't be beaten. Like, even on Metroid Prime 4, now I'm watching stuff, like in the cutscenes, I'm like, oh look, Samus is dead. Oh no, she ain't. She's just come out unscathed.
That's such a great shout, because also if there were if it was a true apocalypse and like loads of buildings had fallen and like there's rubble everywhere, she'd just be able to morph through tight areas.
Honestly.
Clear it out and then just be like, oh, come on, Jack.
Yeah, honestly. Like I foresee no issues of survival with Samus. In fact, I'm gonna go. Do you know what? Leon's great. Leon's got the hair. Leon's got all this going on.
He's survived multiple apocalypse.
Yeah, true.
Is that the plural of apocalypse? Apocalypse.
Apocalypse now. It is now. I will say though that everything suggests for Requiem that Leon is infected with something, and my deepest fears may come true. And if Leon Kennedy dies in Requiem, then we have a serious problem. Samus,
maybe the Requiem is for him.
Oh. Maybe the friends we made along the way or something. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's the friends.
Let's not manifest this. Let's not manifest this.
Yeah, let's not. Let's scrap that. That's a shocking take. Get out. God, this is a chaotic.
I'm genuinely floored.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really starting to struggle with this code here. I really am. Like, yeah. Samus
is a great shout.
Samus.
I'm ashamed really because actually Samus is the best shout. I put down a few dog meat from Fallout because dog meat's just a legend. And he's just great. He'll never let you down. He'll never betray you.
Odds are though, if as I said, the world is smouldering and everything else, that dog gonna die with you, like. Yeah,
probably. or I'll die first and he'll eat me.
Oh, that's nice.
But
one final meal, caramel bear.
Minecraft Steve.
Shout.
Because he'd be able to build anything.
Anything you want.
Anything you want. He's a man of many, many talents.
Yeah.
And I'm a man of very few.
Yeah.
So
together.
Certainly not practical talents. So I think Steve would be the ultimate kind of, he'd help.
DIY, innit?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
He'd help a lot.
Yeah. You can write the musical disclaimers and Steve can do literally everything else.
Yeah, I think though, if we're talking just general humans without powers, no.
It's Master Chief.
No, because Chief's got powers.
Yeah, well.
I went with Alex Vance from Half-Life.
Nice.
She's smart, she's capable, she'd just get it done, and she'd be good to talk to when we're losing our minds because the rest of the human race has just died or whatever.
Conversation is
key. So she's literally one of the best AI companions in video games. She'd be a great companion in the apocalypse. My other shout here, if we're allowed powers, is Liara Tassoni because she's a biotic and she's great and I love her.
That's a nice way to end.
Yeah,
and I love her.
She's my RPG soulmate. Great character.
She's
super connected as well because she's also a criminal mastermind as of Mass Effect 2.
We've all got flaws.
Criminal mastermind who can who's that's telekinesis, Kyle. She's got powers. She'd be able to blast rubble out of the way with her biotic powers. She's just awesome. She's awesome. She's crazy smart. And yeah, she's got a criminal network at her fingertips. Unless all of those folks have died in the apocalypse. But hopefully not.
So you haven't thought about this at all.
No. Liara or Alex for me. But Samus is great.
I got Morph Ball. What have you got?
Biotic powers.
I'll take that.
So there we go. Yeah, that's episode 20.
Wow.
What is that?
20
episodes in the bag
of this. And if you have watched even one of those 20 episodes, why? And thank you. We love you guys because just chipping in, having a chance to have a chat with you, mate, each week about video games, answer your questions, talk about what's going on in the industry, get a chance to kind of show you guys what goes on behind the scenes at an independent video game retailer, to be as transparent as possible, to answer questions on pricing, promos, how things work, why we can't do certain things, how we'd like to do certain things. Nothing is really off limits here until we get told it is by people above. So
hasn't happened yet.
For now,
they don't listen to the book.
No. But for now, we like to be as transparent as we possibly can with you guys and answer your questions in any shape or form.
Long may it continue. Here's to the next 20 episodes.
Oh yeah. And for all of your physical gaming needs, check out the Game Collection. Sorry, I'm really not well. I'm really struggling. I need more coffee.
Let's get this boy some
Check out the Game Collection.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Thank you, guys.
If we're still alive.
See you on the next one.